Welcome to Bariatric Business Accelerator, the short and impactful podcast created for weight loss surgeons, obesity medicine specialists, and lifestyle medicine practitioners, those people helping to change lives through weight loss and better healthy behaviors. I'm doing a 3-part series. This is the first one, and it's actually a real talk series, I'm calling it. Today, we're going to be addressing the things that I have seen after over a decade of consulting with practices about what silently kills the growth of their practice. So I don't have frameworks, checklists. I'm sharing with you real live examples and things that you need to know. Like I say, from these 10 years of consulting with all size practices and health systems, and then also just running our own practice. And these aren't the obvious things. I'm not talking about poor clinical outcomes or bad reputation out there. I'm talking about slow, invisible things. And some of it might feel uncomfortable to hear, not because I'm trying to rattle you or call you out on anything, but because the most useful thing I can do is tell you the truth about what I actually see. So here's 3 patterns. The first one is what I call the slow bleed. And this is a common pattern that I found where a practice is really busy. Patients are being seen, the calendar's full, and yet a year down the road, revenue's lower, the physician's exhausted without even knowing why. Nothing dramatic happened over that past year. But what's really going on is that when you're a clinician first and a business owner second, which most of you are because that's how you're trained, it's incredibly easy to spend your bandwidth on patient care and almost none of your time on the business of growing your practice. But a practice is a business, as you know. It needs someone to watch the numbers, sometimes weekly, monthly, watch the trends, what's working with your marketing, what's not, what's quietly stopped working, and why. The fix for this is pretty straightforward. It's really just dedicated business time, just like you tell your patients to have dedicated time for their exercise and that. It's non-negotiable because if that time isn't protected for you, patients will always win. That's not a criticism, it's just the reality of being a practitioner. The second pattern is being the best kept secret in town. And I've worked with practitioners who are genuinely exceptional. Almost everyone I work with, they are exceptional. They have outstanding outcomes. Their patients love them. They have a solid team, and they're barely growing because nobody outside of their existing patient base really knows that they exist. Then there's also, for them, oftentimes in healthcare, an ingrained belief in medicine that if you do good work, the patients will come. They'll find you. But in today's environment, the patients are researching online. They're comparing providers. They're comparing programs before they ever pick up the phone or opt in or schedule an appointment. So being good is not enough to be found. So here's the reframe that I always ask people to do. You're not promoting yourself. You're making yourself more visible for the people who need to find you. If your story isn't being told somewhere, someone else's is, and that's who the patient will typically find and go to. The third pattern is that the physician or the leader is the bottleneck, and this pattern is one that matters really almost the most. When the physician is both the brand and the bottleneck, that's a problem. A lot of practices are built entirely around one person. Every decision, every touch point, every piece of content that flows, it all has to go through them. And that works until it doesn't, until that person burns out or wants to grow beyond what they can handle personally. The practices that scale are the ones where the physician has shifted from being the practice from being the practice to running the practice. That distinction is everything. If every single thing in your practice depends on you personally showing up and also doing it, you don't have a business, you have a very stressful job. So either you need to have that business side or have someone who can do it for you. Building systems, training your teams, creating processes that run without you in the room, that's how you build something that lasts. So these 3 patterns, I know it sounds simple, but the slow bleed, the invisible practice, and the physician who's the bottleneck, none of these are death sentences by any means. Every one of them is very fixable, but it can't be fixed if it can't be seen, if you're not identifying that. So I do encourage you, if you want a starting point, grab my free have a chat with me during one of my opportunity audits. You can go to weightlosspracticebuilder.com. If you're not really ready for something at that level, go to weightlosspracticebuilder.com/free. You'll find tons of free resources that address these things. And I can also you can just reach out to me, Karol, Karol, at weightlosspracticebuilder.com, and we can chat about what's going on in your practice. I'm here to help. I love working with practices. I love helping them figure out where these issues are, and I love helping them fix that. And whether it's through my free resources or through membership in Bariatric Business Accelerator or just our one-on-one work together, it's something that is very fixable and something that can be improved upon. So reach out if I can be of help. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please do so and share this with someone else who may gain some benefit from it. So in the meantime, I appreciate you being here, and take care.